at Puchica Grill, there are so many people who are so friendly, and they're just here to help out a good cause in Guatemala. So I just took the time and asked around and just asked, how is it that they're helping out the people? And so I interviewed Kelsey Racinos, Genevieve Racino, and Luis Picos, and they were kind enough to just talk to me about how is it that they're contributing. And I also interviewed the owner of Puchica Grill, Milbet. So please join me to see what they say. Okay, so today I'm having, it's called the Antojitos plate. So essentially what it is, it has a variety. So this is, these are the garnachas, as you can see, I already started. This is really, really yummy. It has a tomato sauce and some just beef. It looks so tiny and cute. And then this one, it's beets, which is something different. A lot of people don't know that beef is instead of the beef, it's beets. And then we have the sour cream and tomato sauce. And then this is called un tamalito de chipilín. So let me just go ahead and like this so you can see. Just pretty much all over the place. Kind of like a veggie. And this one, it's just pretty much beef. Un chuchito. So basically, it's not like a wet tamale, but it's more on the drier side. But we have the sauce here just to give it a little more, I don't know, taste right. And then we have the little taquitos. So here, let me go ahead and take a bite. Very crunchy. All of this is super, super good, amazing. And do not forget the plantains. This, perfect with the sour cream. So good. It's more on the sweeter side. So it's fried. It's the plantain, it's fried, and it goes perfect with sugar as well. So this is how we eat it. I mean, and of course you can't forget your horchata. Usted es la dueña de Puchica Bar.
Así es.
¿Cuántos años tienen en este local?
Exactamente 3 años, tenemos 3 años.
3 años. ¿Y es completamente guatemalteco? 100%. Bueno, sabemos que está ayudando a Guatemala, ¿verdad?
Sí.
¿Me puede explicar un poquito más cómo es lo que está haciendo usted?
Por supuesto, me llena de mucha satisfacción. A mí, a mi esposo, mis hijos, mi familia, toda la familia de Puchica, porque aquí todos contribuimos, ¿verdad? Todos los muchachos son parte de nuestra familia. Los músicos que tocan aquí son parte de nuestra familia, porque todos somos una familia. Yo ofrecí dar el 20% de las ventas todo el mes de junio. bendito sea Dios, ayer tuvimos el primer evento, nos fue fenomenal, nos apoyó mucha gente. Estamos colectando dinero, yo estoy poniendo el 20% de las ventas, pero solamente decidimos mandarlo a Guatemala solamente a 2 lugares, bomberos voluntarios y la Asociación de Arjona. ¿Por qué? Porque es donde creemos que más seguro va a estar el dinero. Yo investigué y es donde me siento confortable, que sé que la ayuda va a llegar. Entonces son las únicas 2 asociaciones que lo vamos a hacer. El día de ayer tuvimos aquí a todos los cantantes que cantan en Puchica y ellos nos ayudaron, colectamos arriba de $3,000. Hoy nos están apoyando un par de DJs. La intención también de colaborar, de que esto llegue a oídos. Yo puse un mensaje en Facebook y dije, úsenos. Nosotros vamos a donar 20%, vengan actores, comediantes, úsenos para poder ayudar y así todos ayudamos, ¿verdad? Entonces, eso estamos haciendo hoy. El otro domingo, la Marina, que toca acá con nosotros, Alma Tuneca, ellos van a donar 2 horas también de Marina. Y vamos también a cobrar el $10 de donación. No es un cobro, es una donación. Y eso se va a mandar para Guatemala.
Excelente.
El 28 también tenemos otro evento grande. Puros cantantes guatemaltecos, todos se van a unir aquí en Puchica el 28, jueves 28 de junio.
¿Y el horario?
En la noche, vamos a empezar a las 7 de la noche si no estoy mal.
A las 7 de la noche.
Sí.
Bueno, qué bueno que están haciendo. Están haciendo algo excelente que yo sé que va a ayudar a
amiguito, ¿dónde están todos mis chapines? Esa boya.
Honestamente,
No, como que no están moviendo. ¿Dónde están los
Gracias.
chapines?
Ojalá y nos puedan escuchar por medio de ustedes, por medio de toda la gente, de que nos puedan escuchar y que la gente nos apoye.
Vamos a recaudar
que vengan para que entre más vendemos, más donamos. Esa es la idea, ¿verdad? Entonces la intención está ahí. Ojalá que haya gente de otros lugares que nos apoyen. Si no tienen tiempo de venir a comer, pasen donando su dinero que nosotros lo vamos a mandar.
nos da mucho gusto saber que ustedes están haciendo algo
allá
maravilloso.
los bomberos
Muchas
en el
gracias.
área de
Muchas gracias por venir.
muchas gracias.
Aquí estamos para servirles 4523 Boulevard, Puchica Bar and Grill. Los esperamos.
Ahí lo tienen. Gracias.
Gracias.
Well, I'm with my family here. I heard about it through social media. It was an event that I followed on Instagram. So we Googled the page and my family's really into it. They want to buy it. I'm actually Mexican. And you know what? I'm here with a good cause, to help everybody out. Especially my family, they take this really personal. And honestly, it goes for me and it feels for me. And honestly, it's really touching. So I feel like any help or need that we can help on, that's what I'm here for, to support my family and support everybody else that got affected due to the cause of the volcano. And it's honestly, that's what we're here for, to support. And we heard it through social media. That's what I'm here.
And that's excellent, the fact that you're able to contribute. And like you said, it's not your culture, but yet you're here and you're helping out.
Correct. That's really important because it could go in so many ways. It could go based on not only Central Americans, it could go to Mexicans, it could go with different type of cultures. And the main thing is to support each other. And that's what we're doing.
Yes. And thank you so much for being here, for supporting. And, it's great. And everyone's going to thank you for that. Ladies, I know that you're doing a lot in helping out the people in Guatemala. So can you tell a little bit more about your goal?
Okay, so initially we started our goal was to send immediate funds to Guatemala to send with medical, volunteers, whatever it was that was needed. So we started off raising money. We started sending immediate funds on a daily basis to her parents in Guatemala, and then they would go out and get the medical needs that were needed to hospitals, to shelters. I think now more or less the goal is to wait long term, so to start rebuilding Guatemala. The goal now is to wait until a month or so when everything is finally, the chaos has settled. That way we can strategize more or less on what it is that they need, because I feel like right now everything is all over the place. There's a lot of rumors going around and there's a lot of chaos right now in Guatemala that the shelters, they have everything in bodegas and factories, and they're not distributing as it should be. But I think that's where a lot of us need to kind of sit down and just remind ourselves that they are humans as well, and they have to distribute everything accordingly. And because of the safety of the people, the victims that are out in Guatemala at these shelters, they have to make sure that everything that's being sent out is still sealed. In a month, in 2 months, when these families are at their relocated places now that the government is going to give them a structure to live, what is it that they need? How much clothes do they need? How many people are in this home? Kids, adults? What clothing do they need? What medicine, furniture, whatever it is that we can do in the long run, long term, that's where we want to come in. Once in a month or two, unfortunately, people forget what happens. The earthquakes in Oaxaca happened, Puerto Rico happened with the hurricanes. Puerto Rico's still working to rebuild. People have forgotten about them. And we know, unfortunately, that this is going to be the case with Guatemala. Especially it being Central America, I feel like Central America usually doesn't get the attention that they need, even now. So this is where we want to come in a month or two when everyone forgets about it, that these families that have lost everything, and not only lost everything, the trauma that they're going to be left with, that they don't have to worry about finding clothes, food, for babies, diapers, formula, making these structures that the government is going to give them into a home, because they're going to give them structures, but they're not going to give them a home. We're going to be putting shirts out hopefully sometime soon, and 100% of the proceeds are going to go to help the effort to help these families have a home after the disaster.
And you sound very passionate about
I'm
it.
very passionate about it. I'm very passionate about it. My parents came from Guatemala 30 plus years ago. They left everything that they knew over there to give us a future here, and for us to not give back to the people there who have fought to still make a living there, and the very little that they had, they lost it. I think it's our obligation to help.
Yeah, I think it's our turn to help now.
Yeah, it's more of a wanting to help. It's more, in my heart, I feel like it's an obligation, because these people, they actually stayed there and they fought for what they've had. They've struggled. They had very little. And I feel that natural disasters always happen to the people that have the least. There's a lot of videos going on around social media, and it's so hard to watch them, but sometimes you have to watch them as a fuel to motivate you and to help you, to help you do more to help these people. We've been going on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook, trying to promote. We're only a small family. It's 10 of us, trying to do this. We're not an organization. We don't have large followings. It's just 10 of us, and thankfully we've been able to raise a good amount. But I think just because of the passion that people see that you have and the motivation, I think that's where a lot of the help is coming from, and we're so grateful for it. But the help is going to be needed long term, and we need so much more help to ultimately reach the goal. Once we started receiving donations and we started sending them out to my uncle, to our family in Guatemala, we started putting the pictures with receipts on social media, so people would know where their money was going, so they would be comfortable and they'd be able to trust us that we're not keeping the money, we're not doing anything with the money that we shouldn't be doing. We put complete receipts out. We've been completely transparent with what we're doing with the money, where it's going, what our initial plans are now. I mean, we're still strategizing. We don't have any experience in this, but we're only humans and we're learning, and we've been doing our research. So now we're networking, trying to see who we can work with out in Guatemala, out in the grounds, what the initial plans are out there to rebuild. So what we want people to know is that this is a long-term goal.
So thank you, ladies, very much. You guys have been very informative. If we can please have your IG, your Twitter, any social media that you can provide for us, so we can add that.
So I'm just using my platform is just Instagram for now, and it's Genevieve, my name, with an extra E at the end.
I've been using a lot of Twitter and Instagram. Both of them are Kelzilla. It's Kelzillaa. I've been using Facebook as well. It's Kelsey Recinos, Kelsey, and my last name is Recinos. We're using PayPal, Venmo, which we're using hers, Genevieve Recinos. And my Cash App is Kelzilla as well. That's how we're taking donations now.
Okay, so there you have it. You guys, please donate. It's a great cause where they're trying to all together rebuild and reconstruct Guatemala together as a family. So please go ahead, donate if you can.
Thank you.
Thank you.